sold a motorcycle. Can't say I was attempting, but I was halfway there, selling my motorcycle to somebody because I was caught with a DUI. I was convicted of a DUI, which is fine. I can deal with that. But that motorcycle broke down in Florida here. Guy calls me at 12:30 at night. Bike's almost 2 hours from my house. I said, okay, I'm going to come down there. I'm going to get it started for you. You can drive it home. I get there, the bike's flooded. Doesn't want to start. So I told my cousin, take my car, go back to the house, get my truck and trailer, and drop him off while you're at it. Well, I'm standing there at the street. Cops roll up, my bike's sitting at the pump, and they arrest me they tried to ask me a bunch of questions. I said, I'm not going to answer any of your questions. I haven't done anything wrong. They're like, oh, well, we suspect you of drinking and driving. I'm like, drinking and driving? You never even saw me pull up here. So they basically perjurized the whole police report, stating that they saw me drive
but when
I was actually never pulled over to begin with.
It's happening all over the country. They're giving out DUIs to people because the cops get bonuses, promotions, incentives for giving away more DUIs.
Really?
Yes. The Mothers Against Drunk Driving gives financial cash bonuses. They do Mothers Against Drunk Driving weekends where they incentivize the individual cops with both financial rewards and prizes for whoever can get the most DUI arrests. That's real. It's really happening. If you don't have a video, Joseph, I don't know how you're going to beat it. Is there any cameras that showed you pull into the gas station?
The only person I have, the other person who was buying the bike doesn't want to deal with the police because he's been in trouble before with them.
Oh, now, right. So you don't say his own ass.
My cousin will vouch for me. He even talked to my lawyer and says, yeah, I was the one that dropped him off there that night. Just so happened he owned the motorcycle, so he's going to stay with it. Well, like, never even ran.
So what city and state?
They never saw me. They pulled up like it was in Port Richey, Florida.
Okay.
And you know what's funny is I tried to look up now some other stuff that I was reading on the internet is I should not file a complaint against a cop right now until after my case is finished. So they can't use the evidence against me.
Who told you that?
I read it on the internet.
Well,
and the thing is I don't want to be arrested when I go in there to file a police report against these people because it's a very small police station. Now, I've called the mayor's office, I've called Pasco County. They're like, oh, you have to deal with the police department directly. They don't even have a form I can download on the internet and fill it out and send it in.
There's no way to complain unless you go there in person. So you have a warrant?
I don't want to go there in person by myself because I know how shit works here in Florida. They try to intimidate you and say, well, you need to tell me what's going on and why you did this and blah blah blah, because I've watched a bunch of videos like yours on the internet. I don't want to be intimidated because I can't videotape them while I'm in the police station. They're going to kick me out.
You can videotape them in the police station.
I can. Yeah, because it says no videotaping allowed.
Well, that's not true though. That's just a sign they put up. That's not a lawful sign. You have a right. It's not a limited public forum inside of a police department. That is not a limited public forum.
Okay. And you know what's really funny is the next day when I went to pick up my motorcycle, the guy that walked me out to the lay down yard where my bike was, he had a body camera on and it was running.
Okay.
And then he tried to ask me questions, and I said, I'm not in any shape or form for me to be answering any questions because he goes, what happened last night?
So you were selling a motorcycle, and so you had gotten $5,000 from the guy. And then in the middle of the night, midnight or whatever time you were going to meet him to collect the other $3,000. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you went to a gas station to meet him?
Went to the gas station because the bike broke down.
So he calls you from a gas station and says, hey, the bike broke down. You need the other $3,000. So you're going to cruise out there to fix the bike or to work with the guy so you can get the other $3,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you pull into the gas station in your car?
Yeah, my cousin drove me down there.
Okay.
He pulled up into the car and I'm like, he wanted me to come down there and try to start it for him. And I'm like, if you flooded the bike out, it's not going to start.
Okay. So when your cousin took you up there, was this a Friday or Saturday night?
Saturday morning.
So it's Saturday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. What time in the morning is it?
So yeah, They arrested me at like 2:30 in the morning.
Okay, so you go up there with your cousin on Saturday night, and so you've been out having fun drinking, and so there's no question you've been drinking, but you weren't driving. Is that correct?
No, absolutely not. No, I had a couple beers at my house before I went down there, and I was actually in bed when he called me.
Oh, I see. So you'd had a couple of beers at home, and then so did your cousin live with you?
Yeah, we both lived together.
Okay, so you said to your cousin, hey, the bike broke down, I got to run down there, but I've been drinking, run me down there real quick.
Yeah.
Just like that?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And is your cousin a reputable person? Does he have anything impeachable in his record?
Nothing.
Okay.
His record is clean as a whistle.
Okay. And so there's no video of you driving a vehicle anywhere?
No. Zero.
Mm-hmm. You know, if it was me, I can only tell you what I would do because I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give you legal advice. But if that was me, I would file a lawsuit against the prosecutor immediately.
Okay.
And that would be for malicious prosecution. That's how I would do it based on the 2022 case of Thompson versus Clark. And then I would submit with the cover sheet of your letter of intent to sue, I would submit a statement from your cousin, a sworn statement that's notarized, and I would say, here's the statement from my cousin that clearly I'm working on selling a bike. He drove me down there. There's absolutely no proof from the pig that I was in any way, shape, or form operating a motorized vehicle. But you have to actually fight them. You can't wait, you gotta fight them. 92% of civil rights cases are brought by the person who was assaulted. So you were assaulted by the cops. You have to just go after them. It's gonna be hard, Joseph. You have to really fight.
That's why I called you, and that's the videos, dude. That's why I was calling you. What kind of paperwork that I can start to file against these police officers? I want to go against their surety bonds too. You know what I mean?
I sent you that bondsforthewin.com. I know the woman who started that. I talked to her quite a bit. You know, some people are having some success with that. You know, that's different than a federal civil rights lawsuit. You'll only do one of them. So you do the federal civil rights lawsuit or you go for their bond. So if your inclination is to go for their bond, then go for it.
Yeah, because they get in trouble. I read on the internet that once they have so many convictions and runs their surety bond, that the surety company will drop them from the insurance.
Now, you read that, but is it true?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But usually, well, this is on some of the case law that I've been reading on the internet about the United States Constitution and how these cops get their surety bonds. The whole police station is insured through a surety bond, and basically what happens if they start to break that bond, they're breaking people's constitutional rights, violating civil rights and all that stuff. And once they have so many charges against them, that they'll get dropped by the insurance company.
That's the theory.
I don't know. Now, I don't know if this is correct or not, but I'm pretty sure that I can sue them for their surety bond, and I can get money out of the insurance company for breaking my civil rights, for them civil rights violation.
You'll still need to get your sworn statement from your cousin.
My lawyer already did.
Okay, so then get that done and go for it. Go to bondsforthewin.com and see if someone else has done this before and they can help you. This happened to a friend of mine in Kentucky. He was charged with DUI and he wasn't drunk. It's happening all over this country. The cops are morons, so they just think they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, of course, because they work with it with what's called impunity, so they never get in trouble.
That's the whole reason why they continue to behave the way they do. There's no consequences for the pig. None. Zero.
Correct.
They can do whatever they want to you and nothing can happen to them. Even if you sue them, they don't get fired. Nothing happens to the pig. Well, when you have no consequences, no matter what you do, you're going to become a tyrannical pig. And that's what we've seen time and time and time again. If you want to win, you're going to have to fight, and it's going to take time.
You should go after the prosecutor.
You should be suing them for malicious prosecution is what I would do if I was you. But Joseph,
malicious prosecution, okay.
Thompson versus Clark, 2022. Listen, you have to really, it's going to take your time. You won't be able to do all the things you were doing and fight. You're going to have to sacrifice some time or money or personal relationship stuff. You have to fight, or they're going to put you in the dungeon, bro. All right? Okay.
I'll have to let you go, malicious prosecution. I will get with you in a couple days, dude. Thanks.
Good luck,
Thank
Joseph.
You.
Bye, buddy.
Bye-bye.